10 years ago, September 2015, I went to my first public hearing to find out that the Santa Susana Field Lab, one of California's most toxic and radioactive sites, probably did give my daughter cancer. I went with 5 or 6 other cancer moms. Some of them had already lost their children to cancer, all from the community. We met at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and we just couldn't understand if pediatric cancer was as rare as our doctors kept telling us, why did we all live so close to each other? And so this was the first public hearing that we had heard of. Not having any science backgrounds between the 5 or 6 of us, we went to this hearing, and I remember it was just a data dump of so much information, telling us that the site couldn't have given us cancer. It was totally safe. There was nothing to worry about. But the one thing that I caught on to was the part when they said they were using hypothetical data. And so at the end of the meeting, I was super intimidated, really nervous to confront any kind of, government scientist. And I asked him, why did you use hypothetical data? Is it because you haven't done the studies yet? This is what you anticipate finding? And his patronism was just dripping. It was like he was verbally patting me on the head like a little child. There. The data is very complicated. It's all online, but you can trust us. We're scientists. And I knew at that moment that you only hide data from public hearings if it's bad. Otherwise, you show it, right? If it's really good, you want people to know. You only use the hypothetical numbers if it's really, really bad. And just with that one fact, I ran out of the room ready to throw up because I realized that my daughter's cancer maybe was preventable. And it might have been caused very likely by the Santa Susana Field Lab. 10 years later, we're still fighting for the complete cleanup. So many people in Los Angeles and Ventura County have never even heard of the Santa Susana Field Lab. Maybe they heard about Rocketdyne, its predecessor, or if they did hear about it, they probably thought it was urban legend. We're gearing up for the fight right now. This November, Boeing company is going to try to completely get out of their cleanup agreements to leave 90% of the site contaminated before turning it into a public park. We really need help getting people to know about the site. You can go on our website, Parents Against SSFL, Santa Susana Field Lab. You can search our hashtags, Toxic Santa Susana. We're desperate to get the word out. We need enough people to stand up to Boeing. They have billions of dollars. They've hired so many legal lawyers, lobbyists, PR firms. I mean, it's been outrageous what they've done to get out of this cleanup, to the point now where the government agency, they're willing to use hypothetical data to hide what Boeing doesn't want the public to know about how incredibly dangerous this site is. Will you help us? Will you help us get out the word?